I'm Ariana. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Joshua.
So, this is your first tour. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so excited.
So, what has it been like to transition from school, which you're still technically in, to being on tour?
It's been a crazy ride. I found out that I was joining the show in June, so I had to like quickly like make that turnaround because you start like doing your classes like before like school goes out. So I was gonna go into my second year of college at East Carolina University. And when I found out I booked it, I was talking to my professors and they encouraged it so much. And, I'm just like keeping in touch with them and they've been helping me with this journey so far. So I'm grateful for them.
That's crazy. Well, it's always nice to do your purpose of what you're going to school for and not have that mystery. And when you go back to school, it's just like, oh, I already know what I'm doing. So that's amazing.
Yeah, I guess yeah, like a taste of like both worlds, you know?
So, how did you get into musical theater?
Wow, so I haven't been in musical theater long actually. I like found it during COVID.
Mm,
I watched a bootleg of Legally Blonde, the musical, and
favorite musical.
I I love it so much. Oh my God, it's so good. And then after that, I fell in love, and my mom like caught me watching it, and she was like, "You should try to audition for something." So I did my first show, which was Madagascar Junior, and I
Ooh.
played King Julian. And then ever since then, I've been like auditioning, and hey, here I am.
Well, speaking of Legally Blonde, which role would you love to play?
Ooh, I think it has to be Emmett, right? The chip on your shoulder, the baby at the border. I love that song.
And if there was another movie, because Mean Girls was originally a movie, then a
Mhm.
musical, then a movie musical, what movie would you love to be made into a musical, which you would star in?
Oh my gosh. A Strange Loop, if that turned into like a movie musical, I just love that role. Like the leading guy, he eats down. And he was also in the Mean Girls movie. He played Damien, the original guy. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
There's like a pipeline. Maybe one day you'll see me.
So, how would you say you relate to Damien? How would you say you guys differ?
I would say Damien has more courage than I do, especially like because he's 17 years old. He was like a junior in high school, and looking back to that time, I was very like closed, and I wasn't like, I was scared to like fully be myself around like other people that I like didn't really know at first. But I feel like with Damien, he's like unapologetically himself, and I really love exploring that every night on stage. So that aspect, like we're a little different. He's like more braver than I am, but we have that same love for musical theater, and we have same like ride or die for our friends. Like we'll do anything to like help the next person. So I love like I get to find myself in Damien, but like also like aspire to be him in like many different ways.
Yeah. Musical theater requires at least three skills: acting, singing, and dancing. What would you say is your favorite of the three?
I have to say singing. I grew
Ooh.
up singing in church, and I've pretty much been singing like all my life. And like the dancing and acting like came afterwards, but like I find peace like when I sing, and like there's so much community. Like my family on my dad's side, like every time we meet up, we're always singing together. So there's like a comfort there that I just like that I love when I like sing with people.
That's great. What is your favorite number in the show, even if you're not in it?
Oh, okay. You put me on the spot. I think Sexy. Oh my gosh, Sexy is such a good song. Our girl who plays Karen, Mary Rose. Oh my gosh, her Karen is like spectacular. She's so good. Every night she's hitting those notes, and I'm just like watching backstage, like, yeah, kill it, kill it. Like she's so good. That's my favorite number, honestly.
Something that that's in the movie that isn't in the musical, which I think it's a missed opportunity. Damien does not sing Beautiful by Christina Aguilera. Do you wish that
I
was in the
know.
musical? I don't understand.
Listen. When I read that script, because like, hear me out. I watched the musical first before I saw the movie. So like that's like my biggest difference. But when I watched the movie and he was in that white jacket and
Mhm.
like he was singing this, I was like, where's that at? Like where I'm like, let me sing that song. But things are changing like from the musical to the movie, but we still have that same like iconic lines in the show. So like although there are like minor differences, if you like love the movie, you'll love this musical. So
Something I notice or I take away differently from the movie from the musical, and you might have a completely different point of view because you play this every night, and you might have a completely different point of view because when I speak to people who are in plays, each time they play it, they have a different point of view on it. Do you think Damien and Janice are actually good friends to Cady? Because I think in the musical, Janice, I don't know if she is actually an authentic friend to Cady.
I think what we discover is that the love is always there, right? The love between like me, Janice, and Cady, that like three like friendship is always there and it will always be there. I think in some ways we kind of take advantage and we kind of, because like me and Janice, we're not me and Damien and Janice are not like totally innocent within this story. Like we have our faults, and like Regina has her faults, and Cady has some faults. Like everyone goes like wrong in some areas. So I wouldn't say that like Janice and Damien are perfect. There's definitely some things like that should be discussed and that are discussed in the
Mm.
musical, but like towards the end, like we realize, hey, this was stupid. Let's just, stop being mean to each other, stop like hating each other for like dumb reasons. Let's just be stars and move forward in life.
Yeah, it is very high school, which is where it's set. Because even in the
Yeah.
movie, they're like, "Oh, we're going to call you Caddy," and they don't. But in the musical, they do, and I'm like, "Is that really friendly?" Oh, like I don't know how much it is like an actual joke or like a power play. So to me,
Yeah.
I was just like, I wonder what your interpretation of all of that is. Um, so you've been on tour for a minute now. Is there something that you like to do on your off time in each city?
Oh, yes. I love a good museum. Any museum that I can find, I love going there. Also, I'm a big foodie and I'm not ashamed of it. I love finding new food spots. I think like one place I found this like really good Lebanese spot. So good. So I'm excited to like go around, try different foods. And I never traveled before, like before this. I've only stayed on like the East Coast. So like now I'm getting to like venture out and like see like different areas. And I'm just like, I'm open to anything that every city has to offer.
Where are you from originally?
I'm from North Carolina,
Oh,
Fayetteville, North
so you went to
Carolina.
school in North Carolina. So this is like
Hmm.
your moment. That's exciting.
Yeah, I'm
Big.
excited.
That's cool. That's cool. But you don't get to go home for the holidays, do you?
I'll be home for Christmas. Yeah, we have a
Okay.
week off for Christmas, which is nice. So I'll get to like go home, eat some good food, like my mom's cooking. I'm excited for that.
That's nice. Has any of your family been able to like show up to any of the out of town shows?
Yes, my parents went to DC. My
Oh,
my parents, my grandma, and my sister, they all came to DC. Then I had some friends come to Virginia because that was like the closest to North Carolina. So it's always refreshing just like know you're performing for like people you know.
yes, this is great. That's so exciting. Obviously, I haven't experienced that, but I'm like, that's so exciting. And I think also it gives like a completely different point of view because you'll hear like stereotypes of cities, and then you get there and you're like, what are you talking about? This is that's not how it is at all. Um, I know you guys only get two bags. Are there any tour essentials that you need or and that's like in your bag that's not like the typical like a humidifier? I know everyone has a humidifier and your like
Oh
lozenges. Like
yes,
what are
oh my
your tour
gosh.
essentials?
First, but that humidifier is like very needed. Like, let me tell you, like, because like going to like different places like that, like the air is different. So like
Mhm.
those type of stuff those are things that you need. But like, I'm not like typically like a materialistic person. I just like go with the flow. So like, I have my good clothes. I have like my good jacket. I have a jacket that I did for my show at East Carolina. I did Once on This Island, and we have a jacket, so like I keep that and I wear it all the time. It's somewhere in this room, but I don't want to take too long to search for it. So that's something I like. Those types of like, clothes, like from
Mhm.
home, like blankets, pillows that I brought with me. Those things that like remind me of like different times before I got here.
Oh, that's nice. Is there something that you do to like get yourself hyped for the show? And is there something you do to like turn yourself back down after the show?
I have like a really like long playlist of like early 2000s music, like pop music. And that just gets me in my mode. I feel like Damien would love that too. So like it gets me into character. But also like I do like my body warm up, like a vocal warm up, but like listening to that music just like takes me back to that mindset. So like
Mm,
that's like my like routine, I guess.
awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me while you're here in Detroit. You obviously have so many museums, and you also have to have a Coney dog and Verner's. It's very carbonated, supposedly. I'm used to it, but
Oh,
like you have to have it. Have it with ice cream though. It's called a Boston Cooler, just because it's named after the
okay.
street, but amazing. But yes.
I'm gonna get that, and I'll let you know. I'll let you know.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much. You have a good rest of the day and break a leg.
Thank you. Bye. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Bye.